Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you getting on?
Good, ma'am.
Good,
Good.
ma'am.
Nice, nice. Can anyone say me the topic for today's discussion?
Group work.
Group work.
Read,
Yes,
Read.
group work. Read, analyze, think, and
read, analyze. Analyze in the sense understand, think and thrive. Okay, think and
Yes, ma'am.
thrive.
Try.
Speak about. Rise. That's the meaning of thrive. Okay, succeed. And what is today's lesson? The boy who broke the bank. Ruskin Bonds, the boy who broke the bank. Okay, now it's time for all of us to have review and fun of this lesson. I just wanted to let you know that I must support you teaching complete grammar. But this pandemic is not giving me the way. Don't worry. I'll teach you grammar in detail, that is more analytically. Okay? By the way,
Okay, ma'am.
are you working on assignment I have given you? On the boy who broke the bank? I gave you a few questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to write answers for that and be ready with your assignment.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's come back. What is the most memorable lesson that you have learned from the boy who broke the bank?
Ma'am.
Anyone say this?
Ma'am,
What's
please
the
ask.
most memorable lesson that you have learned from the boy who broke the bank? What's that you have learned? What's the moral that you have learned from this lesson?
About the rumors, ma'am.
Rumors
That
spread.
rumors can spread wilder.
Ma'am.
What is that?
Ma'am, how to spread the why we spread
Rumors
the
can
rumors
spread like a
and how to
wildfire.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That rumors can spread like a wildfire.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. A light can travel around the world before the trust has got it's moved on. That's a lesson that we have learned from The Boy Who Broke the Bank, written by Ruskin Bond. Before that, let's go through the grammar that is in context with the lesson. Okay. It's context with the lesson, and the thing which is context with the lesson is relative clause. Do you know what is a clause? Before that, I have to ask you what is a sentence. I'll say you everything in particular. Don't worry about that. Can anyone say me what is a clause?
Ma'am.
What is a clause? C-L-A-U-S-E clause.
Clause is a combination, ma'am. Two sentences combination, ma'am.
Okay, you mean that a clause is a group of words which makes a complete sense, but it's part of a
Class
lot,
is a group of words.
right?
Group of
You
Yes,
have to have
yes, ma'am.
more sentences, right?
Clause
That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
a clause. That's what you say as a clause.
Yes, ma'am.
Is a group of words that contains a verbs, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, it's part of a larger sentence. That is what is called a clause. Okay. As far as a sentence is grammatically concerned, we have simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. I do not want to speak about all these things now because I'm going to mention everything in detail later on. I'm going to say everything in detail later on. Now, let me say you what is actually a relative clause. A relative clause, because you have some understanding regarding a clause. So it is so easy for you to understand what is a relative clause. A relative clause is something which we can note it as an additional information. Okay. A relative clause is used to state
About
additional
the
information about the noun in the sentence, about the subject in the sentence. A relative clause expresses some dimension to the noun in the sentence or the subject in the sentence. It's usually just a phrase or clause that's included as part of the main sentence. That is called a relative clause. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Now let's take a look at an example so that you could understand it more easily. For your great analysis, let me give you an example. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me share you one Word file so that I could write an example on it. And here we are. Are you able to
Yes, ma'am.
find it? What is it?
The boy who was university first was uploaded with a gold medal.
The boy who was university first was applauded with a gold medal. How beautiful is the sentence, right? And I call the word WHO who as a relative clause. Okay. I call WHO who as a relative clause. The boy who was university first was applauded with a gold medal.
Gold medal.
The phrase here, the phrase is who was university first. Am I right? What's the phrase in this sentence? Who was university first? And this phrase adds some extra information to the sentence. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
This phrase, you know, who was university first, adds some extra information to the sentence. So you can understand a little more about the subject, the boy. By means of addition of this phrase, who was university first, we can understand a little more information about the boy, about the subject. Who is the subject here? The boy is the subject.
The boy. Yes,
the
ma'am.
boy. So, who was university first is a phrase that adds extra information about the boy here, about the subject here. And so, WHO who acts as a relative clause. It acts as a relative clause. Relative clauses are non-essential parts of a sentence. They are not necessary in a sentence. They are non-essential parts of a sentence. The non-essential parts of a sentence are called relative clauses. Okay. Non-essential parts of a sentence are called relative clauses. They may add meaning, but if they are removed, the sentence will still function. Please unmute your audio if there is any disturbance at your end. Time and again, I'm asking you this. For God's sake, don't disturb me. Okay. Did you understand what a relative clause is? Relative clause are non-essential parts of a sentence. They may still add meaning. There is meaning by addition of the relative clauses, but still they are not essential. Okay. They are not essential parts of a sentence. Understood? They are non-essential parts of a sentence. There are two broad types of relative clauses in English, and one is defining clause, another one is non-defining clause. Come on, say me, what's the first one? It's defining clause. And the second one is?
Non-defining clause.
Non-defining clause. There are two broad types of relative clauses. One is defining and the one is non-defining. It is important to distinguish between both this defining and non-defining. And you know, the words which are used for relative clauses are usually relative pronouns and relative adverbs. They are relative pronouns and relative adverbs. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. Am I right? Which is used instead of a noun or noun equivalent. So those words are either relative pronouns or relative adverbs. Hope you also know adverbs. I'm going to discuss that completely in your next class. Okay. What's an adverb? An adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb and adjective of another adverb. So the words who, which, that, when, where, whose, etc., are relative clauses. In particular, they are relative pronouns or relative adverbs. Did you understand? And what makes the difference between a defining clause and non-defining clause? Let me say you. Defining clauses add meaning to the sentence and changes the sentence very significantly. Okay, they add meaning to the sentence and change very significantly. They change the sentence very significantly. Then we call that as a defining clause. Then we call that sentence as a defining clause. For example, let me give you one more example. What is this? The woman, are you able to see this? Someone say the second sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm not able.
And come on, say this. Are you able now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is that?
The woman who met me on the road was very kind.
The woman who met me on the road was very kind. WHO, who is a relative clause here. Okay. Even
Yes, ma'am.
without this relative clause, we can suffice the meaning. But still what I want to say is, to get the complete meaning, to know completely about the subject, we need some information, right? We need some information. And that is the reason why we use this relative clause. And this is what is called a defining clause. Understand? Defining relative clause. The woman was very kind. If I say, the woman on the road was very kind, you will not extract the complete meaning of the sentence. But it is grammatically correct. It will not disturb anything regarding grammar. Okay, there is nothing of such kind. But still, to add more additional information, to the subject, we use what is called the relative clause. What is the relative clause here? It is a defining relative clause, WHO, who. And the phrase who met on the road, who met me on the road, has complete extraction of the meaning. Okay, we have complete meaning in it. The woman who met me on the road was very kind. And therefore, we call WHO who as a defining relative clause. Understood it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And the next one is non-defining clause. What is the next one? Non-defining clause. What is non-defining clause? A non-defining clause or non-essential clause gives us more information about the person or thing we are talking about. If a non-defining relative clause is removed from a sentence, we lose some detail. We'll not get some information. But overall meaning of the sentence remains the same. Non-defining relative clauses are always set off from the rest of the sentence with commas or parentheses. We write non-defining clauses, non-defining relative clauses by means of commas or parentheses. That makes the difference here. Okay. That is what is called a relative clause. Understood it? What is a relative clause? What is a relative clause? They are used to state additional information about the noun in the sentence, the subject in the sentence. That's the reason why we use them. And they are broadly categorized into two. They are defining and non-defining. Now let me go through the exercises. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. There is an exercise for you. See the grammar that is in context with the lesson. Okay. Let's carry on with the exercise to test your grammar again. Just now I described you. Okay. Let's have a test on this. Shall we, students?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So now, see here. Can you make a question or an answer? Not only a question. Can you make a question or an answer using a relative clause for each of the answers and questions below? This is the exercise now that we are going to do. Okay. And the first one is an answer. You're supposed to make this into a question. Understood it? You're supposed to make this into a question. Harrison Ford is the person who played Han Solo in Star Wars. What's this? Harrison Ford. Come on, say me. The first one. Let me give you the answer for the first one. What is that? Who is the person who played Han Solo in?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
And I know that your generation is something which is known as cartoon generation. You are known for animation, right? Right? Your computer science and engineering students, and you'd be well versed with the animation science. Am I right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a little bit of curiosity and enthusiasm to learn something regarding animations, and so you have chosen this particular branch. And here there is a question, And how do you answer this with a relative class is my question to you all. Okay, what's the question here? What's the question?
Harrison.
Who is the person who played Han Solo in Star Wars? Okay,
Yes,
and come on, do a group activity and know who actually is the person who played the role of Han Solo in Star Wars. I said you already. What's the answer for this?
Harrison Ford, ma'am.
Yeah. Harrison Ford is the person who played the Han Solo in Star Wars. This is the answer that I could give you for this question. Okay, understood it?
Yes, ma'am.
Harrison
Yes,
Ford is the person who played Han Solo in Star Wars. WHO who here is relative pronoun. I'm able to insert relative pronoun even in my answer here. If it is a question, I should insert that in the answer. If it is an answer, I should make that as a question. This is what the exercise today is. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's the next one? Who is, sorry, Thomas Edison is the person who invented the light bulb. Make a question out of it. Thomas Edison is the person who invented the light bulb.
Who invented the light bulb?
Very good. Who invented the
Light bulb.
light bulb? What is the relative clause there?
Who, ma'am?
Who is the relative clause? And 513. Very good. And students, answer please. Answer please. 5 I3. Okay. I3. Please do answer the questions. Otherwise, you will not get your internals, your kind information. And what's the next one? Alexander Graham Bell is the person who invented the telephone.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, the subject is Alexander Graham Bell. And
Yes,
we are using WHO who, the relative clause, in order to explain more about the subject here. That he is
Yes,
the
ma'am. That is invented the telephone.
telephone. Right. In that way, we use this relative clause. Okay. This is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
reason why we use this WHO who, the relative clause. Now, make the sentence into a question, please.
Who invented the telephone?
Who invented?
Telephone. Who invented the telephone?
Telephone.
What is that? Who invented? Who
The
invented?
telephone, ma'am.
Telephone.
Telephone, ma'am.
No need of the telephone. Okay. No use of indefinite.
Telephone.
Only
Okay,
telephone.
telephone.
Who invented?
Okay, ma'am.
Telephone.
Telephone.
Very good. Very good. And the next, Mujahideen. Mujahideen.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What's your number? G0.
G0, ma'am. G0.
Better change your DP. Okay. And the next one? What's the next one?
H2, ma'am.
Come on. Answer the question.
Oh, yes, ma'am. John Lennon is the person who wrote the song Imagine.
Come on. Can anyone
Who-
answer this?
Who wrote song?
Who wrote?
Song.
Mujahideen. Say the complete sentence, Mujahideen.
Who wrote the song
Who wrote the song,
Imagine?
ma'am?
Imagine. Who wrote the song Imagine
Imagine.
by John Lennon? Who wrote the song Imagine by John
John.
Lennon? By John Lennon is the question here. Very good. And what's the next one? Only I3, G0 and H2. What about the remaining? The remaining are going to get 0 marks in your internals, and I don't know how you are going to suffer. And the next?
Next slide, ma'am.
Question,
Yeah,
question.
the next one.
Question, ma'am.
Question is that for you.
No, ma'am, it is not visible. Now it came, ma'am.
Leonardo da Vinci is the person who painted the Mona Lisa.
Leonardo da Vinci is the person who painted Mona Lisa. What's the question here?
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Painted the Mona Lisa, Vinci.
Who painted the
Mona
Lisa.
Mona Lisa? Da Vinci.
Lisa.
Okay. And what's the next one? What's the
James
next
Cundy
one?
is the person who played the James Bond in the first 007 movie.
Okay, come on, answer this.
Who played James Bond in first 7 movie?
Very good. And the next one?
Mohandas Gandhi is the person who helped lead India
Satya,
to
what's your
independence.
number, Satya?
G8, ma'am.
G8. And who is next? Mohandas
Who
Gandhi
helped-
is the person who helped lead India to independence.
Independence.
Come on, make this as a question now.
Which person
Who
they
is the
helped for?
person?
Yes.
Independence. Who is the person helped in independence?
Who got independence for India?
Who got independence for?
India.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Very good. And who is this HH? Come on, see the next part. Here we have a passage given in bits. It is not edited and you're supposed to edit it. Okay, there are a number of mistakes in this passage and you're supposed to correct them. Shall we go through it?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, correct it. Come on, one of you read it, please.
A lot of people is involved.
No,
Is
read the subject here. The following
The
passage.
following passages has not been edited. There is one error in each line.
Okay, there is one error. And you are supposed to correct that error and make that into a meaningful passage. That's the exercise given to you. And
Nature take
starts with a lot of people is.
Involved is our.
Come on. Correct the sentence here.
nature take with conversation.
Is
Come on, say a lot of people
Are involved.
are involved or is involved.
are involved.
Are involved, ma'am.
Nature conservation.
Are involved.
Okay, are involved. Very good. And see the second sentence.
In with nature.
With nature
Yes,
conservation takes.
with nature conservation.
Take.
A lot of people are involved with nature conservation. Take care for. Is that take care for?
The plants and animals.
Take care of the
What
plant.
is the mistake in the sentence here? In the first part, there is some mistake.
Yes,
With
ma'am.
nature conservation, take care for.
Of the plants.
Is that take?
Yes, ma'am.
See the
Ma'am.
verb
Care
in
of
the
the-
sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
How is the verb in the sentence? With nature conservation,
Taking care of the plants and animals,
yes.
ma'am.
Which
Taking
is share the element.
Taking care of the plants and animals.
very good. Taking care of the plants and animals. And who is this Lavanya?
Ma'am.
Your H4.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Taking care of the.
Plants and animals.
Plants and animals.
Okay. And next. Taking care of the plants and animals. Next.
Which is share the planet.
Which
Which is
share
share.
the planet?
Which is share the planet.
Ah, okay. And the next.
To share the planet.
Which share the planet? Okay.
20th century.
Until the beginning of the 28th century, people.
Until the beginning of
The 28th century.
the. What is given here?
A, ma'am.
A. Indefinite article A is given. Lakshmi Priya, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your number?
H7, ma'am.
H7. Yeah, it should be the definite article THE.
The.
Am I right? until the beginning of
ma'am.
the 20th century. People. Next.
Madam, we could conserve nature by looking after
ఇవన్నీ ఆన్సర్స్ చూపిస్తాను తిక్కలమ్మ.
Madam, we could conserve nature by looking after individual species by putting wild animals in.
Though we are giving hints, you are not able to answer.
To conserve nature.
Yes.
Thought we could conserve nature by looking
After individual species by putting wild animals in.
Yes.
wild animals.
Juice or plants in botanical gardens. Now we understand that we need to conserve whole
Take care of the planet, plants and
animals.
which share the planet.
In botanical gardens, ma'am.
Until the beginning of the 20th century, people
20th century,
thought
people thought
We could conserve nature.
we
By
could
looking
conserve.
after
Very good. It's not the verb
Conserve
can, it should be could. We could conserve nature.
by looking after individual species by putting wild animals in.
Very good. By looking after. It is not
Wild
for.
animals.
The preposition for is wrongly used here. What is a preposition?
After.
What is preposition?
Per.
Preposition is a word which is used instead of. What is preposition?
Verb.
Instead of verb. Now, what is a preposition? Can anyone say this? Where are they placed? Preposition is a word placed before
Preposition is there.
a noun or a pronoun and shows its relationship with some other part of the sentence. That is what is called a preposition, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. Come on, answer this. So, what should be the preposition here?
Looking.
Beginning of the 20th century, people thought we
We
could.
could conserve nature
We
By
could
looking
after individuals.
Individual spices.
species by
putting
By
wild
putting
animals
wild
Putting
animals
wild
in
animals.
wild animals. Very good. By putting wild animals
In zoos or
zoos
in
or
zoos
planets.
or plants.
in
Or
botanical gardens.
In botanical gardens.
Into botanical garden.
Gardens. It is not into, that is in. Right? Plants in botanical gardens. Now,
We understand that we
We
need to
understood.
conserve whole.
Now we
we
understand
understand that
we need to conserve
We need to conserve
we
whole.
need to conserve. Very good. We need to conserve
Whole.
whole habitats.
whole habitats
The place where these plants and animals live.
where the plants and animals
Live, ma'am.
Live.
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 You.
Okay. Animals
Okay,
live.
ma'am.
Okay. Can you
Okay,
say
ma'am.
me the entire paragraph now?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Come on. Do it. Say me the entire paragraph.
A lot
lot
of
of
people
One at a stretch, please. Not all at the same time.
A lot of people are involved with the nature conservation, taking care of the plants and animals which shake the planet.
Very good.
Until the beginning of the 20th century,
People.
country, ma'am, sorry.
Century.
People thought,
Not country. It's century. 20th century.
okay, ma'am,
people.
century.
Ah.
Okay, ma'am. People thought we could conserve nature by looking after individual species by putting wild animals in zoos or planets, in
Plants.
botanical
not
gardens.
plants.
Plants.
Ah.
In botanical gardens.
No, understand.
Now we understand that we need to conserve whole habitats, the places where the planets
Plants
Where the
animals
plants?
live.
Plants.
plants
Where these
And
plants?
animals
and animals
live.
live. Very good. Animals live. Very good. Now, Next one. Rearrange the following words and phrases to form meaningful sentences. The first has been done for you. See, here you find words which are jumbled. Okay, these jumbled words ought to be set as meaningful sentence. Okay, these words are higgledy-piggledy. They are jumbled. And you are supposed to set them in the form of a grammatically fit sentence. These words are jumbled. Ardhamainda meeku? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Students, are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The words here are not in proper order. You are supposed to keep the words in proper order and make that into a sentence. Okay? And
Okay,
what's
ma'am.
the next one? Is good both for and early rising old adults. And here it is, early rising is good for both old and adults. This is the way that you have to do. And you have another sentence here, which you have to make them into right sentence. Come on, see. Finish work early, one can go and a for walk once. Come on, make this into a meaningful sentence. Make this into a meaningful sentence, please.
Finish the.
Yes.
Finish the work. Ma'am, one show that's like.
Come on, see.
Finish the work as well.
Come on. Come on, say the sentence, please.
Ma'am, one can finish one's work early and go for a walk.
No.
Ma'am, one can finish one's work early and go for a walk.
That's the right sentence. And who is this?
Ma'am?
Who is this?
G0, ma'am.
G0. That's the right answer. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
And next. What's the next sentence?
I'm sure the question, ma'am.
Question, ma'am. Question.
The question not visible there?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
What is visible then?
It keeps us fresh and healthy.
It keeps us healthy and fresh.
What is that?
It keeps fresh
It
and
fresh,
healthy.
and fresh.
It keeps us
Fresh and healthy.
Healthy and
fresh and
fresh.
healthy. Very good. What's the next one? What's the next one?
Early to bed is also a good habit.
Early to bed is also a good habit. Very good. And what's next?
Show the second question.
What is appearing on the screen now?
Third question, ma'am.
Third question.
You can also move it and see, right?
No, ma'am.
We can't,
You
ma'am.
are changing
No,
the
ma'am.
slides.
We can't, ma'am.
Okay. And see this?
Again,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next.
10 students visit.
A group of
A
10
group of
students
10 students visited the trade fair.
Huh?
A group of 10 students visited the trade fair.
There is a word missing over there. Come on, Semi, once again. Come again, please.
A
10
group
students
of 10
are
students
Visited the trade fair.
One at a time, please. Don't say
10
me.
students have visited the trade fair.
A group of 10 students of
Visited
Yes,
the trade
yes.
fair.
a group of 10 students visited the trade fair.
A group of 10 students visited the trade fair. Who is that?
E8.
E8. Very good. What about the next one?
All them of them enjoyed very
Enjoyed
much.
there very much.
What is that?
All them of them enjoyed very much.
Come again. That's something wrong. Rearrange it, please.
All them enjoyed very much there.
No way. Come
all
again.
them of there enjoyed very much.
Now. Is there anyone?
All them of very much enjoyed there.
No, Nana. All of them enjoyed very much there is the right answer. What is that?
All of them were
All
enjoyed.
of them enjoyed.
All of them enjoyed very
there.
much there is the right answer. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
And the next one? What's the next one? Come on, say the next one, please. Yes, students. Most the stalls and state
Ma'am.
pavilions visited by them were off.
Most of the stalls on state pavilions were visited by them.
Most of the
Stalls
stalls
on state
and state
pavilions were visited by them.
pavilions were visited by them. Who is this?
G0, ma'am. G0. G0.
G0. Very good. And see here, my dears, what is a pavilion? Pavilion means tower. Okay, tower. Tower or a mountain is said to be a pavilion. Okay? Understood it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And what's the next one? Next one. Lost while returning day and reached home unlucky late the way. Come on, make a sentence out of it. Can I give you a hint?
Ma'am.
Unluckily is the first word. Unluckily is the first word of the sentence. Come on. Unluckily is the first word of the sentence.
Unlucky they.
Yes, unluckily.
Unlucky they late.
What is that? There's no such word as lay in the sentence. Come on, frame the sentence properly and say me.
Ma'am, unluckily while returning home they reach later.
What about the remaining words? You have missed a few words in the sentence. You did not use all the words. Come on, do it. Check whether you have used all the words given over there. Yes, yes.
Unluckily returning home late.
No, no.
Unluckily, they lost the way while returning home and reached late.
Wrong, Nana. See subject verb agreement. See, a sentence is a combination of subject and predicate, right? Subject plus predicate makes what is called a sentence. And predicate is nothing but verb plus object. So a sentence should be a combination of subject plus verb plus object. Come on, now say me the answer.
Unluckily, they lost. Unluckily, they lost the way and reached late while returning home.
No. There is meaning, but still the sentence is not properly organized.
Unluckily, while returning the
No, sorry.
home.
Unluckily, they lost the way. Is right. And after that, you are missing something. Can anyone answer
Unluckily, they lost the way while reached and returning home.
No. What is while reached? While returning. Come on, say the answer now.
Unluckily,
yes.
While returning the.
I said that unluckily they lost the way is right. Why do you want to change that particular part? Huh? Are you listening to me? Unluckily, they lost the way. Why? And after that, you have to give me the answer. Come on. Let me give you the answer. Unluckily, they lost the way while returning and reached home late. Okay. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see the next question. Light up in every home. Good. The lamp, books, magazines, and of knowledge. Rearrange this into a beautiful grammatical sentence. Can I say you the first two words?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I give the hint? Give you the hint?
Yes, ma'am.
Good books and magazines. Okay. Good books and magazines. Good books and magazines. Come on, make the sentence now.
Good books and magazines. Light up the lamp in every home.
No. There's something missing. You have missed some words. Come on, see that.
Knowledge.
Everything is good, but you missed some words in the middle. That's it.
Good books and magazines light up the lamp of knowledge in every home.
Very good. Who is this?
H7, ma'am.
H7. Nice of you, Nana. You're Laya or Harshita?
Lakshmi Priya, ma'am.
Who is this? H7?
Lakshmi Priya, ma'am.
Lakshmi Priya, that's great, Nana. That's great. Good books and magazines light up the lamp of knowledge in every home. In every home. It's a saying. Okay. And what is next? Come on, read the words, please. Read the words, please.
The veil, darkness, and lift of hatred, they dispel.
Very good. The veil, darkness, and lift of hatred, they dispel. Dispel. Make this into a meaningful sentence now. These are the questions that appear during your placements. Be aware of this. Come on. This is also a saying, very good saying.
They dispel the veil.
They dispel?
And they dispel the veil.
No,
and
no,
lift
no,
her.
no, no. They dispel is right. The next word is wrong.
The dispel of hatred.
No, no, no.
They dispel darkness.
They dispel darkness. Very good.
And lift the veil of hatred.
Very good. They dispel darkness and lift the veil of hatred. Very good. That's the right answer. They dispel darkness and lift the veil of hatred. Hatred. Very good. And what's the next one?
We celebrating this year the year of books.
No.
We are celebrating this year the year.
This it starts with THIS. This.
We are
this year celebrating the
year of books.
The sentence starts with THIS.
This we are celebrating the year of books, ma'am.
This year we are celebrating the year of books. Very good. Very good. What's the next one? To enlighten
This is the occasion to enlighten our entire nation.
Come on, give me the answer.
This is the occasion to enlighten our entire nation.
Very good, H2. That's right answer. And what is next one?
Nowadays, mosquito is a nuisance.
No.
A mosquito is a nuisance nowadays.
It's very good. It is not nuisance, nuisance. A mosquito is a nuisance nowadays. Can you say me the sentence in plural now? A mosquito is a nuisance nowadays. Can you say the sentence in plural?
Mosquitoes are nuisance.
Nowadays. The mosquitoes are a nuisance nowadays, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And the next one?
When they are sleeping, it announce. People announce.
Now. Yeah. It starts with it.
When they are people sleeping, it announce.
I said you already. I gave you a hint that sentence starts with it. Listen, please. Have the habit of listening. That's what I said you. You need to have the habit of listening. Then only you can answer. Without listening, why do you answer? It starts with the word it. Come on, say now.
It annoys people when they are sleeping.
Who is that?
G8, ma'am.
G8. That's nice of you. That's right answer. It annoys people when they are sleeping. Very good. What's next one? What's the next one? Read the words, please. One of you read the words, please.
To keep with an oil, people rub themselves away them.
No. Let me give you the hint. It starts with people rub.
People rub themselves with an oil to keep them away.
Who is this?
H7, ma'am.
Very good, Nan. People rub themselves with an oil to keep
Ma'am,
them away.
ma'am, E8 also learned with me, ma'am.
E8.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is EH?
Ma'am, it's me. Dinesh.
Okay, Dinesh. And next one?
The latest device for mosquito eradication is the machine.
Who is that?
The machine called Zapper.
Your voice is not audible, please. It's not audible. Make it more. Come on, answer.
The latest device for the mosquito eradication is called the Zapper device. Zapper machine.
So no. Something at the end went wrong. Something at the end went wrong.
The latest is for mosquito. Eradication.
Eradication.
Eradication
Remove.
mission.
Eradication means remove. Yes.
Eradication mission called the Zapper.
Very good. The latest device for mosquito eradication is a machine called the Zapper. The Zapper. Come on, read the sentence with intonation. That looks good. Pretty good. Okay?
The latest device for mosquito eradication.
Who is that?
Mission called the Zapper.
No,
E8, ma'am.
someone answered. Who is that?
E8.
E8. Okay, the next one. Come and read the words first.
To be the best friend of is making a listener good.
Come on, answer the question now. Just now I hinted you this. So the first word is THED. This is the hint that I am giving you. THED. Come on, quick.
The best way to be good friends.
No, sorry.
The best way of making friends is to be a good listener.
Very good. Who is this?
H7, ma'am.
H7. That's nice of you. That's good, Nana. And what about the next?
Madam, a person take care to listen with great interest.
What is that?
A person take care.
No, sorry.
No, ma'am.
No.
A person takes great care to listen with interest.
No. The sentence is not up to the mark. No meaning. The first word is take. T-A-K-E, take. Come on, say the sentence now. T-A-K-E, take is the first word. Come on, say now. You can say the answer now.
Take care the person.
Take
care the person.
No. There is a word in between take and care here. See that you use all the words given. Can I say you?
Take care a person to listen.
No, just now I said you that there is a word in between take and care. Again you are saying take care. No, there is a word in between. How to use? What is that word there? Take great care. Take great care to listen to a person with interest. Understood it? You have any doubts?
Again, read the sentence.
Take great care. Come on, say now.
Take great care
Ah.
to listen person
To
with
listen
a,
to
to listen a person
Ah.
with interest.
Very good. That's the right answer. Any doubts? Stay tuned. To this end, thank you very much.